welcome to Liz's 10-minute book review. Wah, 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 wah. We're going to review Ex-Girlfriend by Rosie Walker. I got this arc from NetGalley, so I'm excited to give you my honest review. Okay, so, thriller. We all know I love thrillers, so that's what we're going to review today. Short thriller, only under 300 pages. We all love a quick read. I read this one in a day, and I enjoyed myself. I did. I found it really interesting and fun, fast-paced, which was good. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. One point I want to bring up, also a warning, if you will, was there's quite a bit of conversation about abuse, and as a survivor, I appreciate the way in which it was discussed respectfully with a ton of knowledge in the subject and not in victim blaming whatsoever. So, yeah, you done hear about a bunch of abuse, but it's done respectfully. It's not like oh, she deserved it, you know, because that's terrible, not funny at all. Okay, so the story. We got a family, dog. We got our family. We got Ted, Sadie, Charlie, and Tamara.
Sadie mom?
Sadie is the mom, Ted is the dad. And then Charlie's a girl. Yeah. It's a hip new book.
Girls, yeah. I knew a girl Charlie once.
I've never met a girl Charlie, but...
I also met a boy Cheyenne. That one was weird.
I bet that one was weird for you.
Yeah.
Especially because your sister's so hot. How could you not compare it? Anyways, so they're like, yo, let's go to this cabin up in the woods. Oh, it's in Ireland. They're like in fucking the Ireland woods. And have Christmas there. We're going to get there early. Later on tonight, Ted's brother will get there. And tomorrow, the in-laws will get there, right? Like, his parents and her mom. They don't know where her dad's at.
Sure.
They get there. They're feeling really good about it. Ted makes a comment like, things have been rough for us lately. Like, I'm really excited for this. This is important to me. And she's been feeling this. It's from her. It's from Sadie's point of view. It's her life that you're watching this from. They get there. And then, you know, who's at the door? Not the brother, but Ted's ex-girlfriend, Alice. With her daughter. Brutal, right?
Nice.
Yo. I know, it's fucked up. Alice shows up with her daughter Natasha, and she's like, yo, I got this message from Ted inviting us, so we came.
He invited his ex-girlfriend to the...
Shows it to them, and Ted's like, I didn't send this. He's like, I'm sorry, Alice, I did not send this to you. And Sadie just believes him. She believes him.
Okay.
She's like, why would he do that? Yeah, this is weird.
It is a weird move.
The whole thing is weird. So, okay. Ted's feelings are a wreck. His unpleasant habits become more and more apparent as the night continues. And Alice is getting more and more comfortable with Sadie's husband. Right? So what's going on is Alice is kind of like putting the moves on Ted.
Okay.
We find out that Natasha, who looks really young, she looks way younger, is actually the right age to be Ted's kid. Mm-hmm. Find out it is Ted's kid. That's Ted's kid.
Okay.
Yep.
Baby mama drama.
They end up staying the night. The in-laws come. The brother doesn't come. Brother can't make it for some reason. Ted's like out of gas in his car, so his car won't work. There's a huge storm coming in, so nobody can really leave. There's like this little bridge that you have to bring the car over, or you can park on the other side of the bridge and then wade across that fucking bridge because the water is getting so high from that little river. So yeah, there's no way to take a car back over it. It's really no way to get to the fucking car across it at this point, you know, unless you're trying to get it wet. A whole bunch of drama happens. They're scared as fuck. Like, Ted's parents say some nasty shit about Ted.
Oh, wow.
And he kicks him out. He's like, you gotta go. They start heading home, and then they decide to turn around and come back. Alice is like, yo, it must be my fucking husband. I hurt him before I left. He's coming to fucking get us. Yeah, it's a whole thing. She's terrified. And Natasha's like being crazy. She's like, I thought that was my dad until like a week ago, Mom. Like, I want my dad here. And she's like, your dad will fucking kill me. Like, I hurt him real bad. Anyway, so drama happens. Anyways, his parents come back. They think that it's Alice's ex, but really it's the dad just trying to get into the house, but he's old and like Whatever. Alice lets them in and it's fine. Gets them all in the house and they're all warming up. Then Natasha and Alice try to steal the car because now they're trying to get away. But Ted's mom locks them in there because she knows all the technology about the new car because her husband bought that car because he was having like a midlife crisis and she was bored in the car while he was trying to get in the house. So she read the whole fucking manual. I find that hard to believe. No one is that fast of a reader. Alright? Even if it was hours. How long are those fucking manuals? You know what I'm saying? Pretty fucking long. Hundreds of pages. Alright? Just like. Okay, so then what happens? They're outside. Ted goes out there to talk to them to be like, are you going to be fucking dangerous? Like, what's up? And they unlock the car and they fucking bolt, right? And Ted chases after them. And then Alice thinks that Ted falls in the water. So Alice and Natasha come back to the house and they're like, we're sorry, we think Ted's in the water. Like, we don't fucking know what's up.
Okay.
Ted, so she's like, I guess I gotta go fucking find my husband. But there's like apprehension inside of her. And her mom's like, you don't have to go. She's like, no, I have to. Because his parents are looking at her like, of course you're gonna go save our son. She makes it like halfway up the bridge. And Alice is like, this is where he was when he fell. And then all of a sudden, boo.
Yeah, of course.
Sadie's in the water. And she's getting pushed under. Someone's trying to drown her. She thinks it's Alice. And she kind of blacks out. She decides to just fucking die at this point. She's going in and out of the water. She's freezing. She's inhaled water at this point. But then someone fucking yanks her out, to her waist. She's yanked out to her waist. She's coughing. She's water. You know, barf water. And then she looks down and there's Ted being like, fucking help me. And she's like, wait a second. Alice wasn't trying to drown me. Ted pushed me and Ted was trying to drown me. Wait a second. Was he going to kill me this whole time? So then Alice is like, yo, we don't have to help him. and Sadie's like, oh. And they're having like a weird fucking abuse person kind of moment. And they're like, so they just kind of let Ted die. And he dies. And the dad is distraught. He comes running out trying to be like, help my son. And they're like, we can't. But they could. And they didn't. They let that motherfucker die in that cold ass water. Anyways, they get her back inside. They warm her up. She's still kind of like numb because she definitely has just the scooch of hypothermia. And then Alice and her sit down in front of the fire and talk. And she was like, why did you come? She was like, because I was with Ted for a long time and I know that he's really abusive. And then unfortunately I dated some more abusive people. And she was like, you know, I saw that message and figured, yeah, he was probably doing it. And if he wasn't, then at least, you know, Natasha could meet her dad then. And Alice is like, I gotta tell you, I actually hacked into Ted's account and messaged you. Because I noticed that he'd been really distant lately. And I thought maybe he was seeing somebody. So in like a panic, I messaged you. And then we find out that like Sadie also went through a miscarriage in the months leading up. And that's why her marriage was on like a...
strain.
It was on a strain. When she miscarried, he avoided her. He like didn't talk to her. She dealt with that miscarriage alone. That is traumatizing. That is a horrific thing to do to your wife.
Yeah. And
she would just always be like, that's just how he is. You know, giving him excuses for this terrible emotional abuse. Anyways, it ends with like the women being like, yeah, we can be friends. And like, you know, Sadie's got 2 daughters. Natasha is her daughter's half-sister. They're like binded through Ted and now he's dead and they don't have to like deal with the fact that he was abusive. They could just like memorialize him as a good dad. So that's how the story ends. Positives. Didn't see the twists coming.
It's good, yeah.
And the way that abuse was spoken about very respectfully. So those are positives. Negatives. Ted's parents were like totally out of touch. Dude, they were like disrespectful to Sadie multiple times. And it's like, you know your son's a piece of shit.
Well, it's not necessarily.
But even like the way that they would talk about, it was just strange. They were strange. I thought the parents were written unrealistically. And then I kind of wish we heard more about the marriage between Sadie and Ted before we got into it more, so we had a better idea of their relationship, because we had no idea. We started at them getting to the cabin.
Right.
And all they just kept being like, oh yeah, our relationship is strained. Well, like, But what else about your
There's
relationship?
no real tension. You know there's supposed to be tension, but you don't feel it.
I didn't feel it because I had no idea what it was, and we didn't hear about any other aspects of the marriage before this recent rough patch.
What was good and got wrong, what got worse.
Exactly. So I thought that could have been good. And then all of that information was saved for the very end, and that was very abrupt to me.
Mm.
So ultimately, I gave it a 4. Because I would recommend it. It was a great read. But I will not reread it, which is my 5-star rating qualifier, is if I would reread it. I won't reread it. But I will recommend. Anyways, thanks for joining me at my 10-minute book review. Wow, 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 wow.